Well, welcome to Spiritual Cartel Step Meeting. Tonight we're looking at Step 2, and this week I'm very pleased to introduce you Lavelle J, who's kindly come to share for us. Lavelle, over to you. The floor is yours.
Uh-oh, y'all in trouble. I get the whole flow. Woo-hoo-hoo. How amazing. Now, I don't know about y'all, but you give a crackhead the whole flow, you in trouble, right? Because I'm gonna be like James Brown. I'm just gonna get up and do my thing, right? But thank God that giving me the floor, because I have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, I don't have to get up and do my thing, right? Thank God that, and we're talking about step 2 today. And when I speak of God, I speak to you of, our big book says that we speak to you of spiritual terms. So if you look up the word God, the definition of God does not say anything specific. Before I came into these fellowships, I hope you guys can hear me. And am I okay? Because it's continuously saying something, while I'm going in and out. I pulled over on the side of the road. I drive a truck for a living, and so I'm sitting on the side of the road in Missouri, like in a cornfield, right? And my internet is saying that that's why I was on my computer in the back, and I thought I would be able to do it, but the computer was saying your internet is like you, it's unstable. So I had to get on my phone, right? So I'm gonna try and we're gonna get through this as wonderful as we can, as quick as we can. I think I have how long am I supposed to run my mouth? Because those that know me know I can talk, right? So
You've got up to 30 minutes, Lavelle, up to 30.
Up to 30 minutes. So that's a short talk. So we gonna be all right. I'm gonna be like a mini skirt. I'm gonna be short enough to get your attention, but long enough to cover the subject. So we're gonna make it through this, right? So real quick, we're talking about step 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. See, my sponsor tells me I need to make sure that I pay attention to all of the words. See, and then in my mind, if I'm still an outright mental defective, if I'm still disconnected, if I'm still haven't found the source, if I still haven't gotten a sponsor, if I still don't have the right kind of direction and understanding, I'll hear, came to believe that Jesus Christ, right? My mind will get twisted and I'll throw in words that don't belong. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves, and it's only steps 1 and 2 are only conditions of the mind. They do not call for action. I know somebody gonna say, well, my sponsor had me do a thorough first step and a thorough second step. Well, my sponsor helped me to understand my first step was done before I got to Alcoholics Anonymous. My first step is the thing that got me here, right? My first step is admitting that I'm powerless and that my life is unmanageable. That's seeing all the unmanageability that my life caused that had me living the life that required alcohol and drugs. So I'm an alcoholic who shot drugs. See, I smoked cocaine, I shot dope, I did all of it, right? I wasn't just that person who, and all the stuff we talk about. But one of the major things, I love what you guys read and talk about all 12-step fellowships, right? The only thing that I needed to know is that I suffer. I suffer. I suffer. Now, you might suffer differently. You might suffer from something else, but the suffering is what brings us together. And the thing that my sponsor helped me to understand, that my soul was suffering. My soul was longing for a connection. I was trying to connect to something that was, and that's all it is. I believe in the universe. I believe in the source of power. I love the way Bill wrote that. God talked, Bill, and I used to say, up until about a year ago, I still used to say I was an agnostic. All right. See, I hear my sponsor talking to me. You know, if you have a sponsor that you can't hear even when they're not around, you probably need to get a new sponsor, right? Because I hear my sponsor talking to me, and he's way in Spartanburg, South Carolina. But he's saying, shut up, fool, and tell them people your name and that you got a sobriety date, right? Look, Danielle's like, yeah, right? See, because sometimes I might not act like it, right? So my name is Lavelle Deshaun Johnson Sr. I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict. I say I'm an alcoholic who shot drugs because I came into the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. That's where I got my foundation from, and that's what I love. It's a lot of people out here nowadays say they come into alcohol, they found God brought them and then took them back to something else. I've come to Alcoholics Anonymous and I haven't found anything greater. And that's you don't have to. That's my belief. And I know that because I've been part of so many things trying to find this power. I belonged to the Church of Scientology. I was a Hebrew Israelite. I was a Christian, a Muslim. I've been dipped, dunked, and almost drowned trying to get to this spiritual launching pad. You sisters and brothers have laid out for me in such a way that is palatable. This thing has become so tasteful, it goes down. Look, I see Alex drinking. It goes down real smooth, right? That's what you guys have. You sisters and brothers have done something to with it for me that has been amazing. And it came as a result of me changing the condition of my mind. I hear so many people say that you have to change if you you act your way into right thinking. That's impossible. Now I know. I'm going to say a lot of things that just don't make sense. That's crazy. That's off the wall because it's spirit. It's the world of the spirit, all inclusive. The world of the spirit is roomy, broad and roomy, all inclusive, never exclusive or forbidding for anyone. That's what our 12 steps tell me. That's what they help me to do, right? And one of the things that happened to me, my sponsor helped me to understand once I made it to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I made it here by the hair of my chinny chin chin, right? That's why I don't have hair on my chin today. See, I can't grow hair like Alex. Yeah, me and Brian in the same club. We just bald headed and got you. Like, look, hey, Brian, we ain't gonna never be like, look, Brad with them waves. We ain't gonna never be like that. Look, I used to get upset about all that stuff. Today, I'm okay with who I am. See, I came in here not being okay with who I am. And I was always searching and longing for a connection. My life was like I was always falling. I served time in the military and I was a paratrooper in the military. So I understand that analogy of jumping out of a plane and hoping that your ripcord comes and your parachute opens up. But my life before Alcoholics Anonymous has always been like I was always free falling. Like I've always been trying to catch my breath. I've always been trying. Like you can attach anything you want to it. I've always been trying to grab a hold. I've always been trying to be a part of. I've always been trying to fit in. I was always. I grew up really fast. My father was murdered when I was 7 years old, and I was put into these educational programs. So I got educated early, right? And I say educated because my sponsor says I'm a smart dummy most of the time, right? and if you get upset about what my sponsor says to me, that's okay. Pray for both of us. We need to pray. You need to practice. We all gonna get help, right? We're gonna get into action around here, right? And my sponsor helped me to understand all the education I had coming into Alcoholics Anonymous was not enough. All the understanding, I had all the, reading philosophical books and having windy conversations and, all of this, majestic and understanding and how I would connect and how I would love and my soul was still longing for this connection. The only way I could connect before I got here was, I don't know about y'all, but when I used to, see, my sobriety date is November 12th, 2001. And when I came in here, see, we used to smoke cocaine out of big old pipes. And when I took a hit, I would be stuck somewhere. See, I wasn't running around doing a whole bunch. I'd be stuck with my finger in the air talking about, wait a minute, hold on, right? See, I'm always trying to figure but the reality is my sponsor has helped me to understand it's not how much I drank. It's not how high I got. It's not how much cocaine I did. It's not how much heroin I did. None of that mattered if I didn't have the feeling that put me in a position to try and escape. See, it was always my feelings that had me trying to escape. I was trying to grab hold. I was trying to fit in. Because I never really fit in with anybody. And I didn't fit in with anybody because I was so outside of everything. I really didn't fit in because my mother was trying to do the best she could. So the kids that were my age, I was in 3-4 grades ahead of them. And the kids that were in the classes they were 4 and 5 years older than me. So I could never really, I couldn't fit in with the people that I was in school with. I was a freshman in college at the age of 14. So these kids, they don't know what to do. We hide out in the dorms. We do stuff in the dorm. I'm just trying to hang and fit in. I see what I see other people do. Learned behavior. That's what a sponsor is. Sponsor teaches me behavior. Now, I know some of y'all, my sponsor's job is only to do, my sponsor's job is to be all in my life. So he helped me, right? And then he told me this thing, part of step 2, and we agnostic. He said, lack of power, that was our dilemma. So we had to find a power that was greater than ourselves, obviously. See, in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, the word obviously is the shortest sentence in the big book. From period to period. It says obviously. But how will we define that power? And it says, hey, fool. See, Bill don't talk to y'all like that. He talks to me like that. He said, hey, fool. That's exactly what this book is about. Its main object is to enable you to find a power greater than yourself, which will solve your problem. Now, let me tell you. So that's why when the people I sponsor, the people I work with, I ask them to get a dictionary, to read words they didn't understand, look them up, because words have really, really great meaning, right? And the word enable means to give power to. Wow. This book gives me power. Its main object, the main objective of the book is to enable you, to give you power, enable you to find a power greater than yourself. So it's giving me power to find a power that's greater than me that will solve my problem. See, my sponsor helped me to understand that. He said, you don't solve the problem, the power will. You just have to do the action, right? See, because I don't know about you guys, but in the United States, we used to have this show called Mad TV. And on Mad TV, Stuart was one of the characters. And Stuart was like this 50, 40-year-old kid that was always with his mother. And Stuart was always running around talking about, look at what I can do. Look at what I can do. And his mom was always taking, Stuart, stop. Stuart, stop. Right? And that's always my life. I'm always causing chaos and confusion. I'm always doing something I have no business doing. And I'm always creating problems, misery, and pain for everybody else. Page 52 of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous says that we were having problems with personal relationships. We were a prey to misery and depression. We couldn't be a real help to anyone. See, I'm having problems in my personal relationships, not because I'm drinking. When I start to have problems in those personal relationships, when I'm a prey to misery and depression, I have to find a way out. If I don't have a different solution, I'm going to get high. I'm going to shoot heroin. I'm going to smoke cocaine. I'm going to drink. Because my emotions are twisted upside down. I'm longing for a connection. I'm longing for love. I'm longing for understanding. I'm longing for compassion. I'm just longing. And if I can't find that connection, what am I going to do? I'm going to chase spirits. The word alcohol in the dictionary says spirit, right? The word in the dictionary says spirits. And drugs are spirits. So if I can't connect to the right spirit, I'm going to connect to whatever spirit that can take me away from feeling the pain, the hurt, the separation. See, the things that I went through getting to this wonderful fellowship that you guys have created. I've been shot, stabbed, kidnapped, and left in an alley for dead. I've been molested by a man and a woman as a child for years growing up. January 13th of 2001, I had a drink on the way. Me and my best friend were on our way to a 6 hours trip. And about 5.5 hours into the trip, I fell asleep at the wheel. I flipped over the car, I broke my pelvis punctured my lungs, fractured my ribs, broke my nose, and knocked all my teeth out. See, I was telling people before, that's why these come out, right? See, my teeth come out top and bottom, right? I got snatch outs, baby. Right? See, cause see, I like smiling, I like laughing, I like being happy. So I do the things. I know somebody gonna say, well, it ain't about the outside, it's about the inside. Yeah, but I like to look good too. See, I'm on my way to get a haircut. I want to, my appearance means something to me also today. So it's not just about my outside, but if I get my inside together, if I start connecting to if I start loving me, Laura, yeah, if I start developing a connection with something other than me and my wants and my needs and my understanding, life gets better. Lack of power. That was our dilemma. Like, and again, here I am. I got to understand. I'm asking people when they first come in, I'm asking you to believe, to have faith in something you don't even believe. I got to be careful. See, that's why I'm careful, man. I'm real careful. I don't believe in telling somebody what they believe in don't make sense. What you believe in has all this. It makes sense. It has to, as long as it makes sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to me. The God of your understanding doesn't have to be my belief system, right? And see, I need to be careful because there I go. See, I'm doing the same thing other people do. Because it's step 2 says came to believe. All I have to do is change my thinking. And how do I come to believe? I come to believe that the life, that the way I was living it doesn't work anymore. That's all step 2 asked me to do. Step 2 asked me to do nothing else. See, step 1 says that, admitting I was powerless and that my life is unmanageable. The unmanageability of my life is the thing that made me, and then because of the way I made up, once I begin to take a drink, a snort, a pill, once I begin to ingest that thing inside of me, I'm off and running. I'm like, it's an old cartoon. I'm old, so I know the old cartoons, right? Ding, 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 ricochet rabbit, right? That's my life. Now let me tell you what We Agnostics said. It says setting aside the drink question. Wow. So now I'm no longer getting high. Now I'm no longer drinking. I'm no longer smoking cocaine. Now I'm no longer finding that Band-Aid that used to work sometime. Because let me tell you, I'm not one of those it used to work until it didn't. Yeah, it used to work until it didn't. The very same thing that brought me happiness, joy, and laughter began to bring me pain, misery, and misunderstanding. It began to destroy relationships in my life. And it wasn't the drink that was destroying the relationship. It was my feelings and my emotions that had me drinking, that I couldn't stop drinking. And the people that loved me did not want to see me to continuously destroy my life. So they began to disconnect. Now that I'm in this wonderful fellowship that you guys have given me, how do I develop better relationships? How do I be a better me? Page 20 of the big book says that our constant thought of others and how we can help meet their needs. That's how I get to this connection. That's how I've learned that you guys, I'm going to tell y'all the secret. Come here, listen. Joanne, the secret is people. Wow. Hush your mouth and keep talking. The secret is people? Wow. You guys, loving kindness, understanding, compassion. But stop being the same old ass you used to be before you got to Alcoholics Anonymous. Just because you put the plug in the jug doesn't mean you still can be mean and inconsiderate. And so now, because what you do, the kid wants something to eat, but he's bothering me. The dog, the young lady who started the meeting, the dog was the dog wanted attention. That's always me. Hey, I'm over here. Pay attention to me. But you know what I've learned? When my life is being lived for other people, I always get the attention I need. Listen. My phone does. I got two phones, and I got two phones and a whole lot of other devices. I'm saying that to get you to understand. My life is always connecting to people. Somebody's always calling me, always texting me, always. And I remember early on, I used to get kind of disturbed. I'm like, man, sometimes I need to. Please don't ever stop ringing my phone. Please don't ever stop texting me. Please don't ever stop calling me. Please don't ever stop loving me. Please don't ever stop giving me the connections that I need. You guys are my connection. You guys are the source. You are the power. Wow. See, I think it's something mystical and magical and something way out there. And you are the power. You guys are the power that I've loved. Y'all took away my first love. You took away my girlfriend, my wife, my mistress. You took away my boyfriend, my girl. You took away the very thing that was loving and caring for me. Now what do I do? Page 151 of the big book says, have you a sufficient substitute? It says, yes, and it is vastly more than that. You guys have given me a sufficient substitute. You guys have, look, nature and God alike abhors a vacuum. That means nowhere in history is there going to be a hole and nothing replaces it. When you take something away, you have to give something else in return. You guys took the love of my life and you gave me a life to love. Wow. You guys are amazing. You guys have done something to, with, and for me that has never been able to be done before. You guys have turned me inside out and right about. Diggity dog, I didn't have to take a drink today. How amazing is that? Like, you guys have created something. You guys have enough spirit, love, and compassion within you. You have kept me connected to the source of power that I don't have to live a life that requires me to drink today. Yeah. The Life Before Alcoholics Anonymous. And here's another secret. If you don't perfect and enlarge your spiritual life, and I'm not telling you this to scare anybody out. Look, I believe everybody on this meeting can recover right now. You never have to take another drink. You never have to take another drug. You never have to overeat. You never have to oversex. You never have, I'm telling you, because I'll never drink again and I'll never get high again. And I know people say, well, you can't say that. We can do all sorts of things that alcoholics are not supposed to do, provided we are assuming we are spiritually fit. I ain't confused. This ain't no ego talking. This ain't I'm trying to be grandiose. I believe in all of what my literature says. I have recovered. My mind has changed. That's what the second step is trying to get me to do. Conversion of my mind, and it'll allow me to open and then get connected. Wow. 69 people on here. I like that number, 69. Shut up. Shut up, Laura. But it's 68 other people on this meeting besides me. We never have to live the way we used to have to live. Never again. That doesn't mean that life isn't going to happen. Mistakes happen, divorce, loss of business, new job. I've had a lot of stuff happen to me over the last 22 and a half years. Right now, I'm currently going through a divorce. My life has been turned upside down. My house look, but guess what? All that is stuff and things because I can get it all over again. And the relationship just didn't work. See, but when I get caught up and get mad and she's going to hurt and I'm going to do this and they understand. No. You guys have given me a way out. You guys have given me a way out that I don't have to suffer the way I used to suffer. And it's because I've connected. It's because I believe today. I believe today Now, that doesn't mean I didn't believe before. My belief system just has changed. I don't believe that I still have to use the very necessary things that I had to use to try and escape reality. Reality is reality. No matter how angry I get at it, no matter how upset I want to, no matter how I want to say it doesn't, no matter how, it is still reality. So now that y'all done did something to me, my sponsor gets on my nerves. My sponsor, now I don't use curse words or profanity, right, with my sponsor, and my sponsor doesn't use curse words or profanity. So he said to me, right, and then I found out he was lying to me, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, so he started using these curse words with me, right? And I hope you guys understand just a little bit. I'm gonna curse a couple of times, and this is what my sponsor started to say to me. He started to say stuff like, you have to be responsible. You have to be kind, loving, and caring. See, those are curse words for a person that's spiritually disconnected, right? See, that how can you curse me out like that? You mean I need to grow up and be an adult? Yeah. And then he told me something. He said, the truth doesn't hurt a truth seeker. See, I was running around all my life talking about truth hurts. Truth doesn't hurt. The truth doesn't hurt a truth seeker. So am I seeking the truth, or am I seeking for you to make me feel good about myself? I'm seeking the truth. And if you tell me the truth, I'll change. Winston Churchill said something that was so important, and he said the truth is incontrovertible. He says malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. In the end, there it is. The truth is, I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict, and I cannot take anything that will take me out of my, listen, I can't take anything else that's going to try and help me to take. If I'm taking it for the wrong reason or I'm taking it for the wrong purpose, I can't. The only way I can get high or drink again is if I lie to myself. And before I came to Alcoholics Anonymous, I used to be the lyingest lie to ever lie to lie. But today I'm all lied out. You guys have taken that weapon away from me. And when I'm honest with myself, I have no other choice but to be honest with you guys. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to connect to a power. Thank you for allowing me to have a way of life that today doesn't require drinking. And I stole that from my good friend, Jeannie. Her and I chair a big book study together on Mondays. And it just made so much sense to me when she said, I lived a life that required, and you can insert anything in there. Today, I don't live life that has those requirements. Thank you guys for allowing me to join Spiritual Cartel. Thank you guys. See, I used to be a part of a lot of other cartels, right? And they wasn't so spiritual, right? So thank you. Thank you for this wonderful gift. Thank you for this wonderful love and kindness. Thank you for this understanding. And thank you for allowing me to talk about step 2. My name is Lavelle Deshaun Johnson Sr. I'm an addict, and I'll keep coming back.